What's up YouTube? This is AceStrategyGaming here bringing you another Duel Links video. Today we're going to do something a little bit different than what I've been doing so far. I'm actually going to show you a pretty straightforward Dragon Beatdown deck. It's a little bit tempo-y, but from what you can see here, obviously you've got your Sonic Ducks, which, not dragons, but very good in the Kaiba deck, straight up 1900 vanilla attackers. You've got your twin-headed behemoths, which are, become 1700, also really good for getting your tribute monsters out, because, one gets destroyed, you leave behind, a weaker monster, but then you go ahead and you give them one of these Whitehorn Dragons, which is honestly one of my favorite cards to come out in one of the newer sets. I guess it's not that new anymore, but essentially what this card does, if you're unfamiliar with it, is it's a 2200 attack, which becomes 2400 in the Kaiba deck, but if you play it a little bit later in the game after your opponent has played some spell cards, you can target up to 5 of them in your opponent's graveyard, and this card gains 300 attack for each banished by that effect. So that's you can get up to a total of 1500 extra attack. So you're looking at a 3900 6-star monster. Usually you're not going to play this when they already have 5 spell cards in the discard pile, or in the graveyard, sorry, but even if they have 2 or 3, it's still a really nice boost. It's one of the strongest 6-stars in my opinion. It also, I don't know if there really are any spell graveyard shenanigans, that are really going on in the meta right now, but if there were, or if there are in the future, it shuts that down. We're also playing, one of our big attackers in this deck is going to be Dweller in the Depths, another one of my favorite cards. Gains 300 attack for each continuous spell card in your spell and trap zone. So what that means is, we've got 3 of those. We've got Shard of Greed, which is, useful in that while you're trying to get your beatdown going, if you're not getting, enough power, this, after 2 turns, it will probably draw you into that power. Then we're also playing 2 Banner of Courage, which is very basic, just all monsters you control gain 200 attack during your battle phase only. I think in a game where, normally that effect does not sound super appealing, but in a meta where everyone is trying to get to that 1900 point, it used to be like 16 or 1700, then 1800, now 1900 is like what you really want to aim for. To have that extra 200 just on like your Sonic Ducks and stuff like that, which will be 1900 with the Mountain, it's really helpful. Also obviously boosts these guys up. And then on top of that, we also are playing 2 Pump Princess, Princess of Ghosts, which when it's destroyed becomes a continuous spell card, which lowers your opponent's monster's attack and defense each turn, and also goes to boost up your dwellers. Other than that, we're playing the Element Dragons that we have no fire attribute in this deck, but we do have wind, so it's really great for beatdown. You can get this up to a 1900 with Mountain and 1 Banner of Courage, and then attack twice if you destroy one of their monsters. It's a pretty quick way to win. Enemy Controller, obviously, because it's just, you pretty much want one of those in almost every deck. They're just really, really great in the meta right now. And then we're also playing 1 Stamping Destruction. I don't know how I feel about this card yet. I think it's got really incredible potential, because it's 1 spell or trap card on the field, period. That can be their field spell, face up trap or spell, face down trap or spell, doesn't matter. The thing that I like about it, or I like to use it for, rather, is a lot of times just destroying their Pump Princess, or their, if someone's playing like Wonder Balloons or something like that. And it does 500 damage to them too, so it's kind of like you got off a free Black Pendant there. And that's about it. I don't want to go on too long with this description. It's a pretty straightforward deck. Definitely one of the more simple ones that I'll be bringing you guys. If you're not into the whole kind of like combo or fusion or ritual type stuff, this is going to be one that I have found works pretty well. It's the deck that I used a lot when I was first starting out in the game. There's a lot of super rares and the 2 mirror walls and stuff like that, but if you have at least most of the cards in this deck, you can definitely change out some of them for whatever you've got. It's not a super specific build, I would say. Without further ado though, let's get dueling and see how this does. Still in gold 1, and let's see who our first opponent's going to be. God, I love that this game matches so quickly. It's a really, really nice change from some matchmaking games out there. Pretty much the second you hit it, you're going. Alright, Yugi versus Kaiba. Iconic. And win in Morgana rank, which... Let's see if we can. Going second, that's good with this deck, especially because we're always trying to attack for the most part. You know, it lets us just get right into our strategy. We're not really trying to build up anything crazy.
Has led up to this moment. The moment I finally take down Yugimoto and regain my top dueling status. Let the epic battle begin.
Alright.
Kaiba, I will
Epic battle beginning. What's interesting, I mean, this is an interesting hand. Depending on what he plays, I might actually set my twin-headed behemoth, considering it would like almost guarantee that I get a Whitehorn Dragon out right away. No, he sets, so we'll probably attack.
I set this card face down.
Probably attack. Let's see what we draw, though.
My turn.
This is not a deck that you really want to play slow. You don't want to let them get their stuff out, because this deck, it's not going to handle, like, if they're getting like some really crazy stuff out, it's not going to handle it that well. This deck is really great if you just keep the tempo where, like, you're just destroying their cards every turn. We'll start there. And we will play our banner. He's not playing... Actually, I just realized he's not playing Power of Dark, which is pretty interesting. I wonder what he's playing as his ability. I don't know if I missed it or it just hasn't been revealed yet.
Now's my chance.
What is this?
I use my face down card.
Player cannot attack... That is a strange card to be using. A player cannot attack face down. I haven't even seen this. Okay. Is that the strategy then? He's just stalling? Alright. Or maybe he's going to tribute like a Summon Skull at this turn and then we're screwed. Unless we draw like a Mirror Wall. Let's see what he does. It's very, very interesting.
I set a monster.
Sets again. Sergeant Electro. Why?
I set a card.
Maybe that's a Mirror Wall or something like that.
From my hand.
Oh no, okay. So he does have the answer. That's okay. We're gonna take a decent amount of damage here, but depending on how it goes, we can probably just summon our Whitehorn Dragon next turn. I don't really try and stall with it. Like some people like to wait and make sure they have a lot of spells in their discard pile. I kind of think with this build, you just do it when you can do it. Especially if they've got a field like this where they're not going to be able to obviously stop it.
Let's do this.
Let's see what we draw though before we make any decisions.
My turn. Draw.
Dweller. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Do we Dweller and... What's more of a risk? Using the Dweller now or the Whitehorn? Probably the Whitehorn Dragon is more of a risk. Because at least if this gets Mirror Walled or something, we still have a defense position monster. We are just going to go for it. So it's going to be beefed up. I love this. It's like you get this out when you've already got the mountain and then a banner. You're going to be up to 2200 right there. So let's just go to battle.
I attack with a monster.
Oh, okay. I feel pretty good about that, unless it's a Mishazur. Nope. And that's pretty good, because he's out of cards now. He has no cards in hand. He's top decking. I don't know. I'm assuming that face down card maybe is another one to stop me from attacking his face down. I guess we'll find out. Don't know what he drew, but he's not super eager to slam it down. He's either thinking or disconnecting, hopefully not disconnecting.
Here I go. I summon a monster in attack position. Let's battle.
1800. So is he just going to
Here we go.
crash? Yeah, I guess so. I mean that's fair. It does stop me from doing like a double tribute or just tributing off that useless monster. And he only takes 200 if this attack goes through to get rid of it. Okay, enemy controller is excellent. I really love having that around. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play... No, we can't do that. That's... Never mind. I was about to say we're going to play our Element Dragon, but we don't have a Wind Monster out. Okay, here's what we do.
I summon a monster in attack position.
We do summon that. We're gonna get ready to battle. And okay, yeah, we're just gonna go in. If he had a mirror wall, I have to imagine that's what he would have used. It's giving him. It looks like it's giving him the option though, because the game is pausing. It looks like it's giving him the option to flip something. Let's see if he flips it here.
Now, my monster attack.
I mean, if he doesn't do anything here, he probably just loses. Okay. Not. I mean, yeah, it'll stop the attack this turn. Definitely not good enough overall to stop me. And yeah, he's just gonna top deck. See, that's the power of this deck. Like, I've barely done anything. Like, it's taken no effort, and I'm just swinging in for 1900, 2200, like really fast and easy. And if the opponent doesn't have a quick answer, it's kind of hard for them to pull back out, especially now. Got enemy controller face down if he tried something. Okay, he's got no cards in hand. I think what we might do this turn is actually just I was gonna say enemy controller and like tribute our own card and just take his so he has nothing to defend with. But I'm not too worried about that. Am I? Do I do that? Yeah. No, I think that's actually the right play. Yeah. Okay. Don't have to, just in case he has something to stop me. Like, don't have to use too many resources. So we're going to tribute our twin-headed behemoth, take control of his skilled red magician, and then we are going to swing in with both. This should be the game. I don't know what he could have that could stop it. I mean, he could have like golden apples. That would actually be a shame if that's what he plays right now. We would actually be in some trouble. Nope, doesn't have it though. Alright, good game one. Showing off, nothing too crazy, but just kind of like the beatdown potential of these card combinations. I know this is one of the most common decks that like people have been were playing this like when the game first came out. They were playing decks like this, but I still think, especially for you guys out there who are maybe a little bit newer to the game and trying to learn, it's a really easy deck to play. I don't know how easy it is to make necessarily, but it's very easy to play. And hey, look at that, gold rank 2. Alright, let's jump right into another one. I mean, there's definitely a lot of decks in the current meta, especially, really defensive heavy or like, warm worm like type decks that counter this pretty hard, but I don't know. I still have fun playing with this. What would you guys change in this deck if you were going to change something? I mean, maybe like watch this next duel and then decide. But like, what? I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys actually play a deck probably similar to this, or have played a deck similar to this at some point. So let me know what you guys do differently, what you would do differently. If there are any strategies that involve the kind of dragon mountain beatdown that work better. I know there's a lot of really good winged beasts out there right now, especially with some of the newer sets. So maybe some of those are better than what I've gotten here, but I'm not too sure.
My turn.
All right, so let's see what we draw. It was a pretty good opening hand. Okay, so two options here. Either we play our Shard of Greed and Banner of Courage and just Dweller and like go in really hard, or we try and go a little bit more defensive with the Pump Princess. I think in this situation, actually, you know what? We're actually going to go to the middle ground. We're going to play both of our continuous spells, but we are going to play our twin-headed behemoth. That way, I know that might seem kind of weird, but if something happens and he gets rid of it, and then he kind of like counterattacks, we have a really big monster to then throw down and roll over whatever he's going to play.
Watch and learn.
So this is still 1900. Should get over Yomi Ship. See there, I'm really glad I did that. Kind of the perfect monster to attack into a Yomi Ship with. and we'll just end there. We are going to activate the effect, obviously. And for now, we'll just put it in defense.
Let's do this. I special summon a monster. I end my turn.
I draw, punk. This is it. I summon a monster in attack position.
Twin-headed,
My monsters
or twin-barrel dragon. Let's see if, geez, a lot of people are playing this against me, like, almost every game. Doesn't get it. Once again, like, going for the mountain, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if that's the right choice here. I probably would have gone for the Shard of Greed, because, like, that card advantage is so devastating when it actually happens like that. Alright, don't know what he has face down. Could be a mirror wall. I'm kind of feeling like it is. I want to get rid of that trap, whatever it is. Do I Sonic Duck and just try and bait it out? I think I do. I think I do. I know this is risky. I probably should have just set my Pump Princess if I was going to do something like this. But let's see.
Now battle. Don't blink. I attack with a monster.
No, it does not. Is it Mishizer? It might be if he's playing that Yomi ship type deck. Doesn't look like it. Okay.
I end my turn.
Pretty curious as to what that is now. Could be a golden apples. Maybe he's waiting for like a direct attack or something like that.
I summon a monster in attack position.
Guardian of the Throne Room. That's a card you don't see a lot. Is he going to equip? He might just be looking to equip here. Oh, it was Metal Morph. Okay, so I mean, it was something that. That's. Oh, I guess it couldn't have helped him last turn, but here he's got it. Metal Morph. It only boosts when he attacks, right? Yeah, it's only when he attacks, so I can just roll right over that, and then he's in. Yeah, see, this is why I saved that Dweller, because, like I said, he countered, but now I have a much bigger option to counter back with.
I summon a monster in attack position.
I'm just considering whether I activate the Shard of Greed or not. Nah, you know what?
Battle.
Let's just go in and attack first.
Watch and learn.
Like, this goes off without a hitch. If he doesn't really have an answer next turn, I will just, I'll pop it then. I didn't really need the cards right now. You know, like, we're doing okay as far as, it's our 5 cards to his 3, so we're doing an excellent job of, card advantage. Okay, he resets, which makes sense. Another Banner of Courage. Okay, so here we will definitely pop the Shard of Greed. I don't know, I just really enjoy playing this deck. I don't think it's the best, but it's a lot of fun just to, you know, get these effects going. Yeah, we just play another Dweller. There's no reason not to. If it's a Yomi ship, you know, fine, he destroys. It's 1 for 1. He's probably not too happy about this. 2 2500s coming his way. Oh, 2700. Can't math.
Don't blink. I attack with a monster.
Pump Princess, way too late for that. That's a card you really, if you're going to have it, you want that. If you're going to plan on using that, you're either going to have it protect you early game or it's not protecting you at all. Like, at this point in the game, it's way too late for that to be useful. That's why, like, once I decided I wasn't using mine in this game, you know, I just kind of left it alone.
I draw. My monster's effect activates. Check this out.
See, I mean, he switcheroos. Nope, nothing. Alright, great. You know, I mean, this deck worked exactly as I wanted it to. You know, I'm sure some of you will realize that, you know, like I always say, higher up, this might not do so great. But we had 2 really good duels, 2 wins, a lot of fun. You got to see exactly what I wanted to happen with this deck, which is just, get that beatdown going with those continuous spells. So I think, yeah, we're just going to leave it at those 2 duels for now. Let me know what you guys think about the deck, what you would change. If you liked the video, if you enjoyed it, please go ahead and give it a like, subscribe. If you want to see more content, that's the best way to keep up to date with all the videos I'll be uploading. And that's about it. Catch you guys next time.